The 2025 Major League Baseball Draft is July 13th and 14th. Here's a look at the teams who will make the first 10 selections, at least at the moment. The Nationals will get things started, and then the NL Central will go back-to-back with the Cardinals at 5, the Pirates at 6, followed by the Cincinnati Reds at number 9. So who could the Pirates be looking at when they are on the board in just a few days? Well, for more on that, let's go over to the Highmark Hub, where Stephen and Michael are joined by, oh, that's right, Jonathan Mayo of MLBpipeline.com. We called it the big man.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Dan. When you gotta learn about draft picks, this is the guy that you call right here. Jonathan Mayo from MLB Pipeline. Him and who's the other guy that does Callis?
Jim Callis, but he wasn't available. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
But he's second fiddle anyway, right?
Sure,
Right,
we'll
second fiddle. But this is an interesting thing. The Pirates get the 6th overall pick. Then their second pick is the 50th pick, I believe.
Right,
so
the
there's
second
a
round.
big space there in between those two picks. So the first pick is going to be a big choice for the Pirates. We just kind of want to go over some of the guys that'll be a possibility. So we figure you're the guy to go to for this. And let's just start it right off. Iva Arquette, a guy that seems a big shortstop, an interesting guy. Maybe the swing still debatable on what's there, but I mean, if you're looking at an O'Neal Cruz type player, this is the guy you're looking at.
All right, let's not talk about him being O'Neal Cruz.
Hungry?
Just yet.
Is he hungry?
He's catching flies, I think, right there. Listen, he's the only college bat that the Pirates could potentially look at all. It's not a great year for college hitters.
Right.
He's it, and he'll go somewhere in that as high as 3, maybe even 2. All the way down somewhere in the top 10. He put up numbers at Oregon State. It's a big program. They always play deep. He's got a ton of power. I think you send him out as a shortstop. Not everyone's convinced he stays there.
Right.
Maybe he moves to third. Maybe he ends up being an offensive-minded second baseman. You mentioned the swing, Stephen. There are some holes, so it may end up being a power over hit kind of deal once he gets to the pro side. But there are a lot of interesting traits, especially from the power side, from the right side of the plate, for a guy like Iva Arquette, and he should be relatively quick to the big leagues because of the college resume.
Right, because he's there. You know, he's got the size, obviously, at this point. Let's jump right to Eli Willits, another guy that you find really interesting. This is the kind of guy,
Michael
left-handed
loves
hitting,
Eli Willits.
very young, right? I mean, he's 17 years old, 7 months on draft day. This is an interesting guy, switch hitter, but we both like the swing better from the left than the right.
100%. And you have to remember, this guy reclassified, which means he jumped a year, got through his school early. That shows his persistence, his want-to. But I watched this guy play for 10 days, and I was impressed every single day, stealing bases, his awareness on the baseball field in general. He said, they asked him, hey, will you go play center field? He said, just left.
Yeah, I'm already
just
gone.
ran out there. But you talk about an athlete, a guy that can really handle the stick, and a guy that really understands baseball, high baseball IQ, and I think he's going to get bigger, Mayo. This guy looks like he could probably pack on about 30, 40 pounds, not skip a beat, but he can run like the wind. He has incredible glove skills and hand-eye coordination. I think he would be a great pick for anybody. I do not think he'll be on the board for us.
I don't think he will be. The reclassification, they love younger guys.
Yeah.
The MLB bloodlines, his dad Reggie played in the big leagues.
Right.
He checks off so many boxes. There are scouts I've talked to who think that Eli Willits might be the best player from this draft class when we look back at it 10 years from now.
Interesting to say that switch hitters are always interesting, right? Let's look at another shortstop, Billy Carlson. This is a guy a little bit different. We have 2 guys on this list from the same high school, by the way. Not a bad year to be at Corona High School in Chino. But look, the 70 fielding grade combined with a high bat speed, definitely interesting. Something that you want to keep an eye on here, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mayo, I thought it was really interesting. I like Kason Cunningham. He's probably the best fielder, in my opinion, in this draft. But you said he's the best fielder. This guy's slick. He's 95, 96 off the bump. Didn't pitch much, but I think he's probably a really high ceiling, but you really don't know what you're going to get because this guy's been kind of second fiddle behind Seth Hernandez, and I feel like he's been able to stay back there and do his thing. What happens when he has to step out front?
I think the big questions are how much is he going to hit?
Yeah.
How much impact is going to be there? It's in there. There is bat speed, but you don't know that much. I had long-time scouts in Southern California who said he's the best defensive shortstop they've ever scouted.
Wow.
And think about it. I mean, in Southern California, they've seen
That's
quite a
impressive.
few shortstops. So he's going to play shortstop for a long time. So along with that high ceiling, there is a bit of a high floor because you know he's going to be able to play the premium position defensively.
Wow.
Okay, so let's go to a pitcher now, Kyson Witherspoon. This is the kind of guy that maybe the Pirates not necessarily looking at as intensely as some of these other guys, but still, I mean, the 460-plus grade pitches really speaks to me, because that means that you're not just a one-trick pony to start off your professional career.
No, it should speak to everybody. The fact that you have 4+ pitches entering pro ball, it's an up-tempo, short-arm delivery, so some people thought, oh, maybe he ends up in the bullpen. But he's shown the ability to use all 4 of those pitches, throw them for strikes. He misses bats. You can see the up-tempo there. I think the first time you look at him, you're like, oh, that's a bullpen arm. But he maintains his stuff deep into starts. He did it at a big program.
Yeah.
He's super athletic on the mound, which is why I think he's able to repeat his delivery and stay in the zone as much as he is, even though if you just looked at the delivery part, you think, well, I don't know about that. It sounds like he may be more of a plan B, but there are a whole bunch of college arms that we're talking about right now that the Pirates could consider. And if they all go up top, then suddenly you may have to scramble and be like, well, maybe we still want that advanced arm, and Kyson Witherspoon could be there for them.
It looks like he stabs you.
Yeah, it's very
coming
short,
in.
kind of Lucas Giolito-esque.
Very much so.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with what you would pick as the guy that you would like to go. I know your favorite pitcher coming out of this draft definitely has got to be Liam Doyle, the big lefty from Tennessee. This guy's, we talk about bulldogs on the mound. This is the guy. And that's what you talk about. Not only the velocity and the stuff, but the mentality of what he's got.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of our picks. First off, I do not think this guy's going to be around. But you talk about intense, and a guy you could probably throw in the bullpen in the big leagues right now, and he would be just fine. His intensity, his competitiveness is off the charts, and you look at the grades of his pitches, they're filthy. This guy threw a no-hitter 2 different times this year, which is outstanding.
It's crazy.
But you look at what he's doing. He's coming at you with everything he's got. Little guy's profile low. I know it's very, very erratic when it comes at you, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to stay healthy, be really good for a long time.
It's dominance versus delivery. I think those are the 2 things. He
Well
was
said.
dominant in the SEC all year, probably the most consistently dominant college pitcher in the game. But scouts look at that delivery and you pick it apart when you're picking up this high and you go, ooh,
Kind
I
of
don't
like
know.
Tim Lincecum. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm also going to go a pitcher. This is what I would like
This
the Pirates
guy's
to
nasty.
do. Jamie Arnold. This guy, left-hander from Florida State. For the last 2 years, he's been a semifinalist for the Golden Spikes Award. I love seeing consistency of success in college, because to me, that shows that you're playing against the best hitters at your age group and you're dominating them for a consistent amount of time. I love the delivery, kind of the opposite of Liam Doyle in a way that looks smooth. It looks comfortable. Yes, it's a little bit down to the
Even with
side,
the lower elbow, yeah.
that's just the arm slot. It doesn't seem like he's forcing himself to get down there. An 86 to 88 mile an hour slider that moves, 6 feet. Good luck.
Dude, that's Lodolo.
It's Lodolo.
That's Lodolo.
Like he said, there's a little Chris Sale, obviously not the same
Right.
size, but the
Little
arm slot is the
Baumgartner
same.
too.
The
Ooh.
slider can get a little wide, and that's
Yeah.
something he's going to have to do. He's not going to get the same chase rates once he gets to the pro level. that he did in
47% is probably a lot too.
college. Yeah.
And then, Mayo, let's go with your favorite, Seth Hernandez, the big righty, high school arm.
Easy
People
pick.
don't like high school right-handed arms,
It's the
but this
risky
guy's different.
demographic. It's really, I think he's different. Honestly, if I were picking 1-1, I would take him.
Wow.
Now, I'm not writing the check with a bunch of zeros at the end of it. That's always my caveat. But he's got 4 pitches. He throws them all for strikes. He is so advanced for a high school guy. Now, a lot of times with high school guys, when they're 19 years old, that's a negative. And you think, team models will bounce you out. I talked to a longtime scouting director executive. He thinks that's a benefit. Josh Beckett was 19 when he was drafted.
Right.
Jose Fernandez was just about 19 when he was drafted. Fernandez was in the big leagues in a year. He thinks that Seth Hernandez could move almost as quickly. He's got the best changeup of anybody in the class. In high school, he can, as he told us at the combine, he can probably wake up out of bed and throw his changeup for a strike. That's how confident he is.
I completely agree. I watched this kid pitch when he was 16 and 17. He's electric. And you said 2 years he could be in the big leagues.
I think so.
Without question. He's different. He's
so
a different high school
so
arm.
smooth. Oh, and by the way, 98, 99 with the fastball. We're not talking
Easy
touch and
cheese
feel.
too, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, tell you what, Dan, we've got a lot of good choices. When you kind of put them all next to each other, it's hard to make a decision. Kind of nice that we don't have to make that decision. We just get to talk about it. But no matter what, it's going to be a lot of fun to see which direction the Pirates go. Coming up real soon here for that MLB Draft.